Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to open the 23rd compartment with ink in the Diamine Inkvent Calendar. And let's see which ink is living inside here. And this is what we have. It is a standard ink and it's called Roasted Chestnut. I don't know how much roasted chestnuts make sense to you. I think some cultures yes, and some other cultures no, they don't. Here in Portugal, and I think mainly in Lisbon, they are very popular. There are little small carts on the streets with people roasting chestnuts just with salt. They are roasting it outside and making a lot of smoke, a very smelly, what can I say, a very pleasant, aromatic smoke that's going out of these. And we are used to eat the roasted chestnuts, and we really love them. I think it's like almost like a national fruit for us, kind of a fruit. It's like more like a seed, and we really love these. We eat these in the autumn, and there are some times because we are near the river and near the sea. There are in the winter and autumn there is some days there are lots of fog, and also with the smoke of the roasted chestnuts, it's just like a magical environment here in Lisbon. So if you ever have the chance to visit Lisbon, come here in autumn and you can try the roasted chestnuts, or you can come in other festive season, another whatever you want, and there is also something special to it. But I really like these. We used to wrap them. They were sold wrapped into the phone books that were made some years ago. Today there are no phone books, but there were, and they had some yellow pages, and they made like a little cone where they put around 12 roasted chestnuts, and they sold it like that. Now they just have regular paper bags, but when I was a child, they used to be inside the yellow pages. Okay, I don't know why I rambled about something that is maybe not important, but that's it. So I'll go to the next part of the video that is more important for the people who really like fountain pens and fountain pen inks. See you. And here I am for the roasted chestnut swatch, and you can see it here. It is another brown, which is a nice thing, and it is a reddish brown. That's the most simple explanation that I can find, the description for this ink. So this is it, quite simple. The pen that I chose to go with this ink is this one, and this pen is really a favorite of mine. This is a pen that I bought when I had very little work, and it cost me a lot to get all the money to buy this, and I gathered all the money and I saved the money and I bought this pen. I like it. It is a Parker 100. It's not made anymore, and it is like a reinterpretation of the Parker 51, and I love this pen. I chose these not because of a real match between the color and the ink, but because the golden part of the pen and this brownish, grayish barrel reminds me of brown, of cozy things. So I think it goes well with this brown ink. And now let's see the chromatography of this pen, of this ink. Sorry, I'm constantly saying, I think in old videos that I made, I said pen instead of ink. Now, what you have here is semi-permanent line there that is quite water resistant, like in a gray, and then it goes up into pinkish, then orange, red, and then like a purple fringe. We can't see it that well, but it looks like almost purple there on the top. So this is what I have to show you on the chromatography of this pen. Ink, sorry. Now, the comparison with other inks. First, I have here the Pelikan Edelstein Smoky Quartz. Nothing in common except they are both brown. Then, the Schiffer Script Brown. I think they are quite similar. No, they are not the exact same color, but they are quite similar. And now, answering to the question that I always make in these videos, do you think that Diamine should include this ink into the regular collection? Please tell me your opinion, but in my opinion, I don't find that need, because I can find a similar brown in other inks, but I know that they are not the same. I'm not color blind, but I'm not that color sensitive. There are people that will see the real differences and will say, yes, it should be on the regular line because it's different, because of some details. Now we have here the other inks of the Inkvent Calendar. This is the Triple Chocolate from day 5, the Nutcracker from day 9, and the Gingerbread from day 19. So they are all different inks. The most close to these would be this one, but it is darker in the places where there is more ink on paper, and it is not that reddish. So it's a different brown. So far we have 4 browns in this Inkvent Calendar, and there are only 2 more inks to go. Now let's see the papers and the writing stuff. Now we have here the Moleskine on the left, Moleskine, Oxford, and Navigator. And you can see that the Oxford paper shows more reddish color and with the finer line. This pen has a F nib, and I would say it is quite a broader F nib, but here it looks like a fine, because the Oxford paper is really good in that sense. On the Moleskine and the Navigator, it looks a little more broad. It also looks redder here, and you can see some shading, and you can see some shading here, but the best shading you can find is on the Moleskine paper. And the behavior of this pen is great. It doesn't spread along the fibers of the paper, and it has no bleed through, no see-through even. You can't even see the ink in the other side. So it's quite nice. It is a brown that can be used in everyday work, I would say. And finally, let's go for the Rhodia dot pad. And our roasted chestnut is very fast to dry, and I think this is responsible for the good behavior on paper. I've been finding this kind of correlation. The faster the ink dries, the better it goes on paper without bleeding and such. And we have here, you see almost no water resistance, although you can see the shadow. You see the shadow of the microphone there, but you also see the shadow of the first line. So after wet, it can still be visible, but hardly readable. It's not that clear. And now let's do the quick brown fox. Jumps over, the lazy dog. And here it is. So I hope you like this ink. the review. I hope you like this pen. I'll have to make a review of this soon. But tell me, what are your thoughts about this ink? Is this a real unique brown ink, or you can find it elsewhere? Also, another swatch that I didn't make yet, but I have the ink and I've used a little, is the Grafon Faber-Castell Hazelnut Brown, and I find that Hazelnut Brown is quite similar to this roasted chestnut. So in my opinion, there's no need to have this ink as a permanent item in the regular collection of Diamine. But what are your thoughts? Which one of the browns do you like the most? This is all for today. 2 days left. See you tomorrow.